currently on Spinner Road and Northern Lights. Roughly about 2 a.m. right now. This is called the Midtown / West Side of Anchorage. Gonna give you guys a quick tour. Nice neighborhood, lots of shopping activities, lots of business around here. But again, this area is known for being the West Side hood, or not the West Side hood, but just like, you know, a little gritty street stuff around here too as well. Not much activity during the winter times, but in the summertime there's definitely a peak of activities around the streets at nighttime. Lots of dispensaries as well on this road. Lots of restaurants on this road as well. Felina on the left side, they got some good food. It's been a while since I've cruised this area, and there's been a lot of new buildings coming up. That building on the right, on the left side right there, at the light, that's a new building. Only took them about 2 years to construct that. Very nice. Money makes the world go round and round. We're coming up to Minnesota. This is a very busy, popular intersection right here. We just passed the Center Bowl on the left hand as well. Gas is $3.79 a gallon and $3.99 a gallon. This gas station here is pretty, it can get pretty wild for being the west side. But again, in the winter time, it's pretty chill. Summertime, there's always people hanging out here. It's crazy what winter does. Everybody just goes and, yeah, stay inside for the most part. When I used to do Uber and Lyft, and there was always a lot of action around this area here. Just sketchy people, street people, drug people, street workers, and a little bit of everything out here. Ever since 2020, it pretty much chilled out, where at least people just go and do their own stuff inside now. But then there's residential back over here as well. This is Cleveland Avenue. A lot of houses down over here. There's some apartments, complex and stuff like that. But mostly there's a good amount of houses on this, at least on this row right here. Single family residential houses, single car garage, 2-car garage. There's like a fourplex we just passed by right here. But it's a mix of everything. Ooh, lots of snow over here too. It's pretty much a single lane road right now. Yeah, I don't like living in a road that's like this when the wintertime, where the snow, where the street becomes one lane. It's just so crowded. That's one thing about Spinner. A lot of the residential streets over here during the wintertime, they all become one lane, because it's so crowded. You know, there's nowhere to dump all the snow. You know, it's not. It's something you gotta consider when you're buying a house. It's always nice to see how the if you're buying a house, it's always nice to see how the winter is on that street, and you know how the snow affects it and all that stuff, and see if you're up for it. Here's one of the sketchy hotel right there, that yellow building. It's called the Chelsea Inn. I don't recommend anyone stay there, whether you're a local or a tourist. When I used to do Uber and Lyft, I picked up this tourist couple, you know, an older age, retired. And they're like, man, we booked this place and it was not what we wanted. Can you get us out of here? I picked them up, dropped them into a nicer hotel, and they were so thankful, man. They're like, yeah, the hotel Google pics online looks amazing and all, but then when they got here, like, very shady hotel. So take that from a tourist, not from me. There's only a few motels. No, there's only there's a lot of hotels and motels on this road, Spinar, but there's only one or two that are worth staying at if you're visiting. One of them is the Lakefront, which is a high-end hotel. You know, expect $200 a night, and it's worth it. You know, if you want something safe, clean, and secure. And then everything else around this street here is kind of like sketchy. And again, this is very near the airport too, so a lot of people, when they leave the airport, they just want to jump right into the hotel quick, so they come down this road. But just be cautious of that, man. If you want a nice clean hotel, look for the one that's like $150, $200 a night. There's a reason why it costs that much. You're paying for security and cleanness. It's been really warm lately this week. This week and throughout the whole next week, it's gonna be all over 30 degrees. Excuse me. And even the Puffin Inn right here, I heard they're pretty sketchy as well. Really quiet tonight. No action. Ooh, every time I drive my car, man, it's so dry in here. I gotta have water. It's been really dry lately. So this right here is the lakefront right here that I'm talking about. This hotel is at least one of the decent hotel here and on this road here. And again, expect about you know, $100 to $200 a day, a night. And you can see the parking lot's completely, almost, you know, 80% filled up. Maybe some of these people that are here right now, maybe they're here for the Iditarod or the Ferrandi, which just ended this week. I didn't do any Ferrandi video this year just because I wasn't in the mood for it, man. Whenever I'm not in the mood for it, I just don't feel like doing it. Because I don't want to go out there and film something that I'm not, you know, really up for the mood for it. And also with my kids this week, I just felt like I want to just spend time with my kids instead. But yeah, Ferrandi happened this week and the last week. Maybe we'll go and drive down to downtown really quick once we leave this neighborhood, and I'll show you guys a little bit of downtown. They should be cleaning up downtown right now, all the snow, all the fence rail and stuff like that, and everything should be back into regular business as always right now in downtown. So we'll go ahead and swing over to downtown here in a bit. But from here, like, the airport's another 5 miles away, and then the downtown is like another quick 8 miles away. So this right here is a good connection, Spinar, between the airport and downtown. Also the west side. That building right there, that's a marijuana dispenser. Man, they have so many dispensaries now. A lot of dispensary on this road here. This is Wisconsin Street. Lots of neighborhood behind here as well. Also very close to the Lake Hood airport. The Lake Hood airport is a water runway. But back over here, there's lots of houses, apartments. If you want to buy a house back over here, just keep in mind that you're gonna deal a lot with the airplane noise and stuff like that, because like I said, you're right here on the air traffic control area. So just something to consider when you want to move over here to this side of the hood, or this side of the town, west side over here. But I heard that when they built these houses over here, they also took that into consideration. So some of the houses back over here, they're built with good insulation where it can dampen that noise out, all the airplanes and stuff like that. So let me know if that's true if you live down over here. I heard that from a lady that lived in an apartment around this area when I was doing Uber and Lyft, so I'm not sure if that's similar with the houses and such. But this right here has lots of houses, Wisconsin. This also connects us back to Northern Lights, the Northern Lights Boulevard. And these neighborhoods over here are really nice. These are, I would call, middle class and upper class neighborhood. But then at the same time, we go back over here. Once we get near the Spinar area, we start getting mixed into some, like, you know, just some more sketchier neighborhood as well, because it gets mixed up around there, you know. So when people think of Spinar, they think of like, oh yeah, sketchy drug people area. And it's a little bit true, but it's not true for all of it, because there's a good selection of Spinar that has great community, great housing, great location, great business. So you can't, you know, blame all that area, you know. For the most part, there's more good stuff in Spinar versus the little bad stuff that's around here. And most of the bad stuff is right here on the Spinar Road that you'll see right away when you're on Spinar. But for the most part, once you get into these neighborhoods and the houses and such, it's really nice. It's not bad at all. It's not too bad. I'm really glad that a couple years ago I drove for Lyft and Uber, because that really helps you get to know your city. You know where things are. You get to see each neighborhood, and that was a really good eye-opening experience for work that I did, and I really enjoy that too. So if you guys want to get to know your city, you know, start driving around, or you know, get a job that makes you drive around, and you'll get to know your city within like a month or two. At least a quick rundown of it. And there's still a lot of neighborhoods that I might have not explored yet, but for the most part, we talk about the east side, west side, north side, south side. I have a good general idea. This street right here will connect us back to the Spinar Road that we were originally on. So we're just running through a lot of neighborhoods, as you guys can see. And we also have a school right here on the left-hand side. I don't recall what school that is, but that's a elementary school, I believe. My wife and I, we were gonna buy a house down over here in Spinar. But with the house market right now, we got outbid, so it was all good. But I definitely wouldn't mind living over here on this side of town. I mean, it is pretty nice. Living on the west side, you are closer to like downtown. You're closer to the airport if you do a lot of traveling or within that business area. You're not too far from the south side, and you're also not too far from the Midtown area. So living on that Spinar area, this side of the neighborhood, is not too bad, depending on your lifestyles and what you do with your work and such like that. So not too bad. We got the Yamaha shop right here. This is the only Yamaha shop in Anchorage. They specialize in ATV, marine motors and stuff like that, side by sides, motorcycles, all that fun stuff. Oh, this light's gonna be for a while. It's not censoring us right now. I wasn't here back in the 80s and 70s, but I heard this place used to be popping back then. If you guys were here in the 70s and 80s, let me know how this place was, Spinar. I heard there used to be a lot of stuff going on back then. 20, 30 years ago. These people here have no reflector vests. Be careful. Don't want to get run over. Around 3 and 4 a.m., this street, this Spinar Road gets also pretty busy as well. Look at that, there's some cops already here at the gas station. There's already cops here at the gas station, 2 cop cars, and looks like there's already some drama here. The Holiday gas station that we just passed. But as I was saying, around from 4 to 6 a.m., it starts to get really busy on this road. With Uber, Lyft, and taxi driver, because a lot of people are heading to the airport around that time frame. So that's something you'll notice right away. I don't know exactly what these buildings are right now. These buildings that they just built. I'm thinking that they're either commercial buildings, or they're gonna be like those. They might be like those housing buildings, because they've been building a lot of the housing building, and a lot of these buildings right here, they're owned by Cook Inlet Housing, which is a pretty big corporation up here. Cook Inlet Housing, they do like a lot of property, own a lot of property and stuff like that. And I think that's what it is. Which is nice, it's nice that they're building that for the community and such. West 30th Avenue. It has a reputation for being a, this street right here has a bad reputation for being like drug activity and stuff like that. But I feel like over the years it's definitely calmed down because they shut down a lot of the apartments down over here. And it's still pretty gritty down this road here. You have a lot of apartment complex. We just passed one on the left hand side that got burned down already. I don't think it caught that on camera. But a lot of apartments right here on this road here. So this apartment right here, this big apartment, used to have a lot of activity. And then there was a fire. And then a lot of the buildings got closed down, but looks like they still have some that are open. But you can see right there, and it is busy there. I feel like it's definitely not as bad as it used to be anymore. It's definitely chilled out a little bit. But again, I'm not in that industry, so. And now we come up to Arctic Boulevard. Just like that, we're back in the Midtown area. This right here is all the Midtown. Benson Boulevard, Northern Lights. Very close to the Spinar West Side area. It's all right here, you know, not far from each other. We'll go ahead and swing over to downtown real quick and give you guys a quick glimpse of downtown, see if there's anything going on, see if they have cleared up the Ferrandi events. And maybe we'll go ahead and swing by the snow sculpture areas. Really peaceful to be driving around this time. It's really nice and quiet, not a lot of traffic, and it just feels like a small city right now. Hey, how did you get the light first? I've been here for a while. That's what happened when these small roads here, sometimes they don't sense the light on you. And you just end up waiting and waiting. And in the summertime, if you're on a motorcycle, these lights, they won't sense you. And sometimes you just have to run the lights. Which is totally fine. If you're on a motorcycle and the lights is not sensing you, you have the right to go as long as you treat it as a yellow light. Because a lot of these sensors, they sense the weight of your vehicle, and that's how they know that there's a car, and that's how they know that, hey, it's time to give this guy a green light. And usually when you're on a motorcycle, it doesn't sense you at all. We're back on Northern Lights Boulevard. We're gonna turn on Spinar, and that's gonna take us all the way through downtown to downtown. The KFC right there that we just passed, that's new. They just built that this year. Or last year, actually. There's lots of places down this road right here that's very well known, such as the Beartooth and the Coots, which is a bar. Lots of restaurants, lots of business over here as well. And the Coots is right there on the right side. The parking lot's pretty empty tonight, so it doesn't look like there's much action going on. We'll go ahead and swing in real quick. Grab ourselves a drink. Water, that is. Hello, Coots. So it looks like they are open, but again, not that busy. It is a Tuesday morning. The gas station here has been shut down this show. This right here is fireweed. And then the bread bakery, the Fran's Bakery right here. They got lots of bread. I'm surprised they're not attracting any of the bears here. Usually during the daytime when you pass by it, you can smell bread. If we would have took a left right here at the stoplight, there's a lot of $500,000 house down that area, and that's more of the upper neighborhood or the upper class, and lots of $500,000 house down there, even $1 million house down there. A lot of lawyers and a lot of business people live down there. How do I know? Because I check the neighborhoods, I see who lives there, and yeah, sometime when you go down there, you'll pass a lot of those houses, and a lot of those owners, they don't like it when you're there. You'd be surprised, some of those upper neighborhoods, they're really, really protective of who's around because it's a small neighborhood. So if you got no business down there, usually they don't want you down there. So a lot of business, lawyers, and CEOs and stuff like that. And all those houses down there, they're right there on the waterfront, so it's near the Turnagain Arm. So it's a bit up there. So that is considered the upper west side. I wouldn't want to live there one day if the tsunami hits. First want to be wiped out. So right now we're going to be heading into downtown. Been a long time, about a week and a half. And again, I've been avoiding downtown because I know that there's the Ferrandi, and I just don't want to deal with the traffic and such. But now since it's all over, we can go and check it out. It's funny because Ferrandi, I've been going every year to Ferrandi, making videos, making vlogs, and sometimes you just get bored of it. It's the same old. Yeah, it's nice to watch the dog race and such. It's nice to see them come out and show off the race. It's nice to see them come out and show off their iron dog machine, snow machine stuff. But other than that, it's like, once you're local and you just see it so many times, there's nothing exciting for you to see anymore. And I know you guys like to see it too, but like I said, I'm not gonna make any more excuse. I was gonna take my son out to the carnivals, but last week was like so freezing. It was like we had like a crazy wind chill or a crazy temperature drop, and I just didn't want to bring my son out and bring him to the carnival, because when you're out there at the carnivals, they don't really have a place for you to get warm. But now it's all warm this week. You know, it's all nice and warm, 30 degrees, would have been great. But I think they're gonna be done with the carnival already. I think they're in the process of getting rid of it. So we'll go check it out and see if it's still here on 3rd Avenue. It's crazy how the weather works, huh? I love downtown though, man. Downtown will always be in my heart. It's a love-hate relationship. Too much downtown and then you get tired of it, and then when you don't get enough downtown, you just want to come to downtown and say hello. So right there on the left hand, that's the Captain Cook Hotel. That's a nice hotel to stay at. I recommend it. It's good. And then right here is 4th Avenue. This is where they would have done the Fur Ronde. Lots of money involved in this event as well too, if you guys don't know about that, man. Fur Ronde is big business, man. So this is 4th Avenue, and look at that. The whole street's all cleared already. It's so crazy how it changes so fast. Usually they have like fence on the sidewalk and all that's been removed. All the extra snow that they hauled in has been removed. So it's so pretty now. Pretty quiet night. The bars are open still. They'll be closing here in the next hour and a half. Maybe next year when my son is 1 year older and he can, you know, walk and jump around more, I'll go ahead and bring him out to the Fur Ronde. He'll be able to stand the cold a bit more. So that is something I want him to experience. So I will be coming to Fur Ronde one day when my son's ready. So they finally opened up this section here. This road here, this section right here was closed because of the 4th Avenue Theater that they were touring down. And man, it is nice. It's not nice, but it's crazy to see how it is right here. Whoa, they have a big hole in the building, or they have a big hole in the ground. Like literally 10 feet drop. We'll have to come back out here during the daytime and show you guys that. It's all fenced up, but you can still see through it. Yep, gotta go all the way down to the foundation, get that stuff out, and rebuild something new. Just that small plot of land right there, I'm pretty sure if you wanted to buy that small area right there, that's probably $1 million, over $1 million. But they do have some plans to build something there, so that's really nice. Man, downtown is quiet, guys. Nice and quiet. Even the taxi guys here are just waiting for bar break. Very, very peaceful night tonight. So we'll go ahead and turn here on East Street. East Street gets us to 3rd Avenue. And we'll see if they still have the winter carnivals. Pretty sure they don't. Like I said, it's already the last week. So, looks like they're already in the process of removing the winter carnival right there. All the rides are getting closed down and ready. So it's safe to say that it's pretty much over right there. But there is something that I like to show you guys down over here on 1st and 2nd Avenue. We'll go check out the snow sculpture. The snow sculpture is always down here by Ship Creek, across from the Comfort Inn Hotel. And I believe, yeah, it's already, they still have it there, but there's no lights that I see right now. Downtown, down over here. This is toward 1st and 2nd Avenue, the train depot, and also down to the Ship Creek and the Ulu factory. You get down to more industrial business down over here. No fancy restaurants, nothing like that. That's the Udu factory right there with all the lights and pretty stuff. And this right here, right under the bridge, that's where they did all these snow sculpture. Pretty nice. We'll go ahead and drive inside real quick. And they have all the lights off and such right now, but oh man, they have some really nice pretty sculptures. We'll go ahead and get out and I'll show you guys a little bit of sculpture, and then we'll go ahead and conclude this video. I don't think we're supposed to enter over here, but we have full access over here. Don't run over the sculpture. Look at this amazing art right here. They said the one that won was the one that has a Mario theme. So let me go show you guys the sculpture, and then we'll go ahead and conclude this video, guys. Do apologize in advance for being super dark over here. During the like I said, it's already over. The whole event's already over. But last week when it wasn't over, they did have some lights out here so that you can actually see all this artwork and such, take photo with it. But all the artwork is still out here, and pretty soon it'll start melting. You know, this whole week is supposed to be nice and warm. So if you guys want to come out and watch or check out all the sculpture, this is the time to come out and watch it. Oh, it's a nice owl right there. Some really nice creativity. Here's a mountain of penguins. I love the train right here at the train tracks. And I think the one that won was the Mario theme, which I don't see yet. Oh, this is a nice one too, right here. Really pretty. There goes the train. How amazing is that? Check that out. Hello, train. Man, that train horn really echoes out here. I love this bridge right here. This is the bridge that connects downtown to Government Hill. You guys all know that neighborhood that I talked about, Government Hill. And it's crazy because that Government Hill, it's connected by this road, by this bridge only. So if this bridge was ever to collapse or get blocked or something, that whole neighborhood is stuck over there unless they go onto the military base and exit all the way out on the Boniface east side. I don't see the Mario one, which was the one that won. Maybe I'm just missing it, but well, maybe I have to come back out here. Maybe I'll bring my son out today. Later on today, I'll bring my kid out, and I'll make a separate video of this artwork here so you guys can check it out. But we're gonna go ahead and conclude today's video. I know it was a long drive, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next time. Much love, take care.